So it's a great day today. It's red hot in it everywhere just about. So I'm just having a look at this Mini and something just felt a bit funny with wheels. I've looked at wheels and a little bit scraped and stuff like that. I think there's something wrong with this passenger side wheel bearing. It don't seem to. It just seems a bit odd. I don't know. It rumbles a bit. I think when I spin wheels. So we've got to get this MOT'd at some point, and it don't need sorting in. Brake pads. They're pretty low. I've not actually had the wheels off this. It's had some bottom arms on it though. Look, can you see? So somebody's looked after it at some point. So really we need to get this off and try and get this wheel bearing off. Yeah, they're not very good, are they? Have to clean all them up, no grease in them at all. It is 21 years old. Last time they had some some caliper grease in them. Probably never. Oh, it's nearly onto tyre wear. In fact, I think it's got it. So we'll have to look at changing that. We're going to tie wrap that up. Not much meat left on them, is there? So we're going to have to swap them over now. Have they ever been done? Make of these. Say, but we'll get the FAI Pro pads as well. Look pretty smart with blue backs. So let's tie this up here. Oh, alright, so it's a bolt-on wheel bearing. That's good to know. Somebody's been in there before with a bit of tiny bit of copper slip has held that on. I never wonder if this actually gets in anywhere. You wonder, don't you? Alright, so what I need to do, oh yeah, oh aye, that sounds awful. It sounds, I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, that's really grinding. So let's try and get this off. Let's get this nut off first. Go on, 36. No chance. 34. It's close enough. Get a big gump. I'm really glad I bought one of these, you know. It's so much easier to get stuff on and off. It's been a godsend, that. Right, that's that loose. What size are we on the back of there? 14, maybe? I think we're 13 actually. So hopefully with the tap of the hammer we should get this to pop off. That, can you see it? It's like sticking and juddering. I'll move this. It's there. It's had it. And of course, most bearings have a magnetic bit there. This will come hopefully as a complete unit. I don't have to push that out. But if you do push a bearing in, make sure the magnetic side goes against your ABS sensor, otherwise it ain't going to work. Right, well that wasn't a bad job, was it? We'll give that a clean up. We'll definitely bit of sort this rust out on here. Gently of that. I've had these ABS since it passed. I've had to take bolt out and drill it all out and re-thread it up. It's a nightmare job, but let's right. Oh wait, it's a bit of a warm one. So we get another wheel bearing sorted. We'll get the calipers wound back. We'll just do this one wheel bearing. You know, you do things in pairs. You won't do one side discs, and you know, we know that, don't we? You always do the brakes and stuff in pairs, but this wheel bearing, I don't see any issue fitting one new wheel bearing this side. Other side seems it sounded fine when I spun the wheels when it was up on the jacks, but this side just felt a bit bit notchy, and luckily it's it looks like it's a fail. So we'll get a new one of these sorted out, and let's get it put back together. Right, let's get on with that. So we've got a wheel bearing kit, some discs and pads, of course. We're using this stuff, the FAI Pro from MPD, Motor Parts Direct. Now if you want something with 3 years warranty, no quibble, take it back, this is the stuff to buy. Comes in nicely packed. Let's check this wheel bearing out. I don't want to be doing it again, do it? There we go. Comes with even a shroud over that to protect the ABS ring there. And should see if this one sounds any better. I'd say so, eh? Right, let's get this back on here. So I'll give it a bit of a clean up. Next thing to do is looks smart, doesn't it? New bolt kit. Yeah, there's not much room at the back of there. I don't know if you can see with this camera, but it's very difficult to get a socket because it's hitting the back of this CV shaft, but we've done it, haven't we? Yeah, it's just them top ones there look a little bit difficult. But look, we've got there, haven't we? We've got it on. We'll just nip it up. Like I said, just give it half a pound. Whatever that means. Oh. There we go. We can go on this on for a minute. Don't go too mad. You can do that when the wheel's on the floor. And 182, I think that is. I think we can manage that with our torque wrench. It's not loads, but it's enough. So let's look at the brakes. I expect nothing else, but they look smart, aren't they? Let's get one of them on. Oh yeah. Think to that. So we put that in there a minute. You don't want to mega tight this because you just got to get it off again. Right, let's get that on. Put the carriage back on. Just drop a bit of Loctite, on these. Not a lot because it's quite heavy duty, this stuff. There we go. Oh, we can get this on the test drive and see if I'm right. It just felt really funny when I was moving it around, and I thought there's something not right with this, but we'll take it for a test drive in a bit when we get it fixed up. To be honest, I do need to check it because this model suffers from a bad gearbox problem, doesn't it? I think these old Leyland, the old Leyland gearbox in this an 04, it's an 04, this one. Not sure. There we go. That's that on there. That's where this is on there. That was the old wheel bearing, I showed you that, didn't I? But that's shot, is that? Isn't that? Terrible. I would imagine that make a right grinding noise. Right. We've got to do this at the other side in a bit. Said before, this stuff from MPD online, it comes with a 3-year no quibble warranty, so if you've got any problems with that wheel bearing in 3 years, just take it back. Take it off, take it back, let's get another one. No trouble, straight swap it out. I don't know many places that do that, but that's why we fit this stuff, because we do it once, we don't have to do it again. Just protect that, so we need to do the brake foot. So just remember, if you're doing your brakes, knock off your reservoir so you can, you're not airlocking it up. Don't need an actual wind back tool. You've seen me do brakes before on these, but the rears you do, this you don't. All we need to do is, if I remember rightly, try and push this back in. Can't remember what we did. And before I got this, I was just using, like everybody else, mold grips and anything I had laying around, but these tools aren't that expensive, and MPD do supply these. You can actually buy these out of their catalogue. So all we're going to do is just he says it's just gently wind this back in. Let's see how good these calipers are for 20 odd years old. As you can see, it's just going in nice and gently. Just square that up a bit better. There we go. So what we're doing is just gently pushing the fluid back up into the pot. So if somebody's run the reservoir on the brakes really low and then thought, oh, I'll top it up, and we do this, we're pushing all that fluid straight out the top of the reservoir, because I've topped the fluid up. So just keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't push out the top. I've seen it happen. It's actually overfilled the reservoir. I kept adding brake fluid and I don't need to. Well, felt pretty good, them calipers for 20 odd years old. I think we're alright with that. Dust sealing, everything looks alright. I've given these a bit of a clean up already. You've seen me doing before, so I didn't want to bore you with it, but we just want a smidgen of grease on these. Just to protect them. Not protect them, but you know what I mean, don't you? It's just nicely sliding that in there, which they do. I do like these FAI pads with the blue backing on, so they look really smart, I think. Especially on that white Mini with them on, they look really nice. So I'll put this on here, I don't want to damage it. I don't need to do it, but just have it in it. Right, so we're just going to use a bit of this. It's ceramic grease, so we're just going to pop a bit of that on this time, just to stop them sticking. There's no point putting out on that, is there, because it sits inside the pad, inside the caliper, it doesn't do anything. There they are, tight. There we go. That's that one in. That one. But we'll just give that a wipe. Get it clean. Sure that will be fine. We'll bed them in gently, but I noticed that white one, they were straight on it. They were really good. So they're on. It's a lot better. They're a rusty old wheel bearing and old discs and pads. I'll don't forget, I won't forget to start that up. Let's see how we go on there. What am I doing here? There we go. Pop the wheel on and we'll do it on the floor. We will demo that. There we go. I don't know what make of wheels these are actually. I quite like the look of them actually. They set this car quite nicely, but I think they're a multi-stud wheel or something. Got these funny looking bolts. I've got no idea what make they are. Yeah, as if they're a multi-sport wheel. So there we go, we've got this side on. Sounds a lot better, looks smart with these, and we'll get these wheels done. I've not really picked a colour for them, to be honest. They look nice wheels, but they're a little bit curved, and we're going to see what LSN can do with them. if anything, and we'll see what they'll look like when they come back. But I think what we're going to do is get it running, and then it's just cosmetic, that, innit? So I might bob these wheels on a little bit of a video at the end of something else and see what we think to them. So yeah, let's get round the other side and just change the distant pads on that side. So let's crack on with that. There we go, we're around this side now on driver's side. I've just dropped my reservoir cap off again because we're quite tight on there, full with fluid, should I say. So just try to get this, I'm just taking this locking nut off this disc to get it off, and sometimes you can't get it out. What I do is I get a punch, not a screwdriver because it's a bit harder, and just slot it there in the disc up against the caliper and undo it so it comes loose. We've got the little spring off, I've taken that off, it hasn't fallen off, I've got that here. So first job is to try and pop these caps off. Just hate it when you can't undo it with your fingers and you can do it with a socket right easy. Right, there we go. I'll clean that up. Just and the brake things. So one thing we can't do is check the back of the disc when it's on, but you can see there's quite a bad lip on them. It's not ideal, that. We'll clean all this off, all this copper slip and everything else. We'll have to get rid of all that. Right. Next job, give this a clean, give each side a clean. Let's put it back together. Right, so I've cleaned them up. I give that a bit of a whiz over. Let's just get a bit of brake cleaner and get this bearing cleaned up. Sometimes if you've got a surface on there, you can get what you think's brake disc warping. It can actually be muck on there, so that wants to be relatively clean, that, and that's alright. There's no rust or anything on there, that's fine. Let's get our other disc brake on. Right then, let's get the wheel on. Let's take it for a spin. Let's see if it actually drives, shall we? And then the knocking noises are out front gearbox, I'll start crying. So let's get this wheel back on. And let's see if our core parts creation will actually drive. It looks so much better with his wheels redone. What? Where's that little funny socket? Right, get it jacked down. I'll go tighten that wheel nut up to 180 or 90, whatever newtons it was. Back in a minute. So there we go. I took it for a test drive, and after that I got the phone call, the dreaded call that the Eco Boost will not start. George went to work in it, he come back, won't start again, and we've got to go get that and sort it out. So this car here, we got to the point where we're going to drive it. It drove all right, and then it's just been left. It's not a car we use every day, none of them are. So we just had to park it up and get on. And you saw the Golf in the last video. Well, hopefully you've watched that video. And we've had to try and get him something else while we get his other car sorted and do something with that one as well. So this red Mini, we'll just recap all three of them. We've got them all here. This one, I think that's best paint job I've done on any car, that red bumper. It was split down there. Picked up with painting tips from Brian at Paint Society. Check him out for painting and stuff. He's brilliant. He's Brian. 600,000 subscribers. He's probably one of the best painters on YouTube, I reckon. Definitely for explaining how to do the process and stuff. Check him out. MPD again, you know, for the discs and pads on this, and they've helped with all these vehicles, all three of these vehicles massively. So all their stuff on these vehicles have got 3-year warranty, and we'll get onto that white one and how that really helped us out. So this one, the discs and pads are all right on the back. They're just a bit rusty, but we'll clean them up when we come to do it. We had to put an exhaust on it. We had to sort the push button start out, which was just a wire. Somebody disconnected the starter wire and put it onto a button, which was quite a clever idea. It fooled me, I didn't it, on the stop start. But it's a pretty tidy little car. It's got cruise control, which does work. 5-speed box, heater controls are slightly different in all these Minis. There's little different bits in them all. But it's turned out really well, this little Mini. Bodywork's done really well for an 04 plate. I think it's held its own, hasn't it? So it's really good. So this white Mini, this really did get MPD part system working. So they've 186 branches and 1,200 vans, and we needed some of them. So they did the discs, the pads, the timing chain kit, the head gasket, the other gaskets for it. They did all of it, supplied it, and they had to get it from different branches. And within a couple of days, it were all there. So if you want some, give them a ring, your local branch, and they'll get source parts from each other's branches and get them to you. And then you can just go and collect them, and you'll have them all at your local branch to collect. So this little white one, we did everything, didn't we? Disc and pads up front. The wheels want to go to quarters as well. The head gasket, like I said, this was a lady on a car, and I think she was expecting, so she needed a 5-door car, and unfortunately head gasket went in it, and it was like a kettle. It just boiled up within seconds, this, and it's been fine since. So I think it had some fluid in the head, like some sealant or something, and Parkside Engineering, I think they said it kind of corroded the head a little bit, which was a little bit worrying. But at the minute it seems all right. You know, you can see how these chemicals and stuff react, and it might have been sat with it in and just ruined it. I don't know. So that's the head, but it was okay. It was about 10 thou, I think they skimmed it. Didn't take much to overheat, did it? Again, this is a little different heater controls, little chrome bits around the clocks. This does have heated seats as well, this model. So we've got all three of them got different bits and bobs, but they're used. We've used this one a few times, been to Lake District a few times, bobbing around to the seaside a few times, and it does look nice in white. I believe it's pepper white, this colour. There's not many marks on these minis. The bodywork's held up pretty well on them all. The roof seems to keep working fine. I spray it actually with GT85 on the hinges and stuff like that. I don't know if it's doing any good or not, but all these little hinges and stuff down there, just give them a bit of a lube up sometimes, and keep them moving. So this little blue one, this was our first one we did on the channel. Again, MPD supplied all the brakes for this, and this was a coupled own car. They give it to the son. The son was expecting his wife, and they wanted a 5-door car, and that seems to be the case, doesn't it? Like this white one, and they had no use for it. They got a 5-door car to take the grandson out, which is fair enough, and it seemed an honest sale and buy. And the reason I say that is because when I looked at the speedo, it done 200,000 miles, and it's still running, it's still going fine now. Nobody would probably buy this car because of the mileage, and at 20 years old though, 200,000 miles, only 10,000 a year, and it's held its age well. There's a few stone chips on the bumper, on the bonnet, but we're not going to get into all that with this. It's something that's will probably stay with us quite a while. They all might still be here for quite a while. Can't seem to part with them, to be honest. They are good little cars. This is quite, again, you know, it's only a year old, newer than that red one, but this came with quite a bit of stuff, didn't it? You know, the analog clocks, temperature for the oil and stuff, the temperature gauges up there. You know, you're petrified in a minute, aren't you, watching that? The twin speedo, twin clocks there for the rev counter and speedo, and it's just a great little fun car. This has been again all over to, I think we bought it on the Thursday or Friday, and we had it sorted, didn't we? And I've been running around in it, so it's done really well. I think it went to Lake District a few days after we repaired it all. Yeah, so that was it. They all get used. The mats and stuff need changing in this one, but the roof, again, roof all works. I think this is an optional extra on these. Don't quote me on it having the blue. I think there's normally black roof like the white one. It does need a clean. I need some professional cleaner for this roof. I need to know how to clean this roof to get it back to blue again. It will have aged, obviously, I understand that, but I just wonder if I could get them blobs off it. I think it's done quite well. So there we go. And that's the history of the mini videos. So a massive thanks to you guys for subscribing. A huge thanks to MPD Motor Parts Tires, and do check them out. It is good stuff, and I don't have any problem with it fitting it. You know, it's 3-year warranty, so I bought stuff online to get stuff through MOTs years gone by, only to find out 6 months, a year down the line, it's failed, it's collapsed, it's fallen to bits. I end up stripping it off, taking the car off and doing it all again. Alright, the bolts might be greased up this time, but why do it twice? And all these cars have all got the Pro Range stuff on it, and for 3 years there's a warranty on it all. So get a wheel bearing issue, we can just take it off, get it back, we're not buying another one. So it's pretty good. 3-year warranty on a lot of car parts is hard to find these days, so that's a good statement to make. And these minis are a testament. All these cars are. That Golf for my lads, we're going to have stuff on there. You know, it's quite an high powered Golf, and yeah, we've got that to do. So there we go. So big shout out to MPD for their support, and all you for supporting the channel. We're going to get this video smashed out because it's the 20th today, and I'm going to be at the Motorists at Sherburn in Helmet on the 22nd. So there's a big mini meet there. I've never been to a meet for many years, and I'm going to take either this white mini or this blue one. If you subscribed, come and say hello, and I'll thank you for subscribing and stuff. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to see some proper nice minis there. But these are mine. These are what we've saved, hopefully from being stripped and scrapped and what have you, and we can have fun in them, or maybe one day somebody else will. So thanks so much for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video, or I'll see you at Sherburn in Helmet on Sunday afternoon. I think it's at 10 o'clock start, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you later on. Bye for now.